Harry, let's see. I figured out how to send you a link, so I figured that'd be easier. Have to bear with me. I'm still trying to figure this out myself. So, any tips would be appreciated if you realize that I'm doing something either the wrong way or the hard way. And I just started streaming so I can get you all on here. Yeah, I know I have a tripod, but it's upstairs. I'm trying. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm just trying to angle it higher. It's not working. Because everybody asks me about the food since I'm always eating. And, that's the main thing that interrupts everything I do is food. So we always hear the puppies once I start getting food ready. And I'm going a little crazy. Yeah, feeding 7 of them isn't as bad as you'd think. But it is a good amount of work. Especially that I'm mixing it with higher quality food and setting everything up for them. They're already on about 75% kibble, dry food. And they can hear their bowls right now, so they're going a little nuts already. So as you can see, they're going to go crazy. It's going to be... it's a little late for their lunch. It's usually around 3:30, but they were sleeping. Not my fault. Plus, I was trying to get things ready. I've already worked on them kind of staying to their own lane in their own bowl while they're eating, so I'll be able to show that. And then I'm going to turn it to... let them go through on, but then I'm going to turn it that way I can see the chat and talk a bit more and go into what I'm trying to learn, what I'm trying to create, and what I'm trying. They're just like me. They're always hungry. I'm always hungry. I'm about to eat part of this dog food. I mean, it has raw food in it, some apples, blueberries, a few other things, but right now I already have them on. I use Merrick. I just like the quality of their food. It usually has a lot more protein, and with the Havanese, they are pretty active, so they burn through it kind of quickly. So higher protein's a little bit better. But what I do is so it's easy for them to eat since they're still small, but I want them on the dry food already, is I use my Ninja and I chop down the dry food into smaller pieces, partial powders, and then I just add a little bit of wet food for the other ingredients to kind of mix it together. Now, how do you serve 7? Sometimes you kind of just grab all the plates like this. Abby, you want to have a challenge on how many plates you can grab? I have 7 here. I'm subscribed to the chat. Oh, I barely know anything on YouTube either. I have another page created. I'm still working on it. I'm going to take the food to them and I'm going to show you how I set it up and how I get ready to eat. You're going to have to just bear with me. I don't know how to switch cameras. I do have a couple cameras. So that's one thing I'm going to try to find out. Also, this tablet, since it's cracked part of the screen and it's blurry or really bright because of the light. But let me get this food to them. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Oh. Easy. You noticed the shirt, huh? Yep. I figured I'd put that on. Support a little bit there while I'm on here. So one of them's smart. They know the food's going in there. I've switched around their containment areas a bit already to kind of get them used to different things. They're pretty calm though, considering they're only 8 weeks old. They are hungry. When I went to the vet, my friend vet tech goes, "This is the chillest group of puppies I've ever seen." I'm like, yeah, well, they're kind of stuck in their pack and play. They know they either sleep in there or they're gonna wait. So the vet said they'd be tired. I think I did stream that they'd be tired after the vet. Yeah, right. They knew they weren't going to be able to go anywhere. They came here and were crazy. Calm down, guys. Dude, oh. Hey, don't try to see through there. Wait. Here. You guys are crazy right now. Stay to your bowl. Come here. Stay in your lane, bro. Yeah. You got yours right here. So I line them up. Pretty much two next to each other. And they eat right in front of each other. But it's all the same food, obviously. They're doing a lot better with not trying to go to the other person's food. That's why I was saying stay in your lane. So, have that. Then here. I like... Oh, whoa. See, this one's going elsewhere. So, I just put them right back where their bowl is. Once they're done, I'll pull them out. I don't want them to be finished and start going to another bowl. A lot of these puppies go to families that either have another pet, so I don't want them stealing food. Plus, I found out that this might also help. Even if they don't have another pet, but they have a toddler or a child, they're not going to try to steal the baby's food. Kind of respect. There has to be a ritual and respect with food. I'm going to start pulling them out. The ones that are done. Sorry for it moving a lot, but shortly it'll be I'll be looking on the tablet and just stream and have this on a tripod. What I'm gonna do is while I'm doing that. So who would think that you'd want to try to get back into a containment area? Tubby. Nope. So I'm trying to do the camera at the same time, but also at the same time, what I want to do is, as they finish, obviously pull them out, but also I give them a second chance to stay on their bowl in case they just want to lick the bowl clean. But I take the bowls out right away, so they don't have another bowl to go to when they're done with theirs. It's not a buffet here. Goose duck on? Of goose duck. Oh yeah. So look, now they don't want to come into. She's gonna try to check. That's why they kind of. This door is normally open and it's a resting area. Usually I go through one or two of these pop-up pens on a litter. Because of that, it was the smallest hole. I don't know how they realized to make a bigger hole right away. They're just gosh darn too smart. And cute. Water. There's another water bowl. I usually have two water bowls. I don't know where the other one is. So, they're going to be pretty thirsty right now because I do pull the water bowl up at certain times. Like an hour ago, I pulled it up so they could run and play around. But I pulled it up for a reason, so that way they go to drink water after they eat, which is going to help. But also right now, they're going to go relieve themselves. So it's not all over the place. If they drink water all day long, they're going to be peeing all day long. So I give it to them certain times, and I'll try to get them going on the pad. They're pretty good with going on the pad already. Well, we got some action over here. Normally I have the pad by the door. I don't have one there right now. I've been running around doing a ton of things. But, yeah, they play with the pad. So I have one of the tray holders, which still doesn't really work too much. Probably show you next time what I do. What I do normally in the morning, they have to relieve themselves a lot. So in the morning and at night, I kind of try to make them go at the same time. Alright, I'm going to try to catch up on the chat. I'm going to switch to, so 1 second. I'm going to just leave this here. A lot of people, like, I did socialize them. I got them used to other people holding. Right now at 8 weeks, I tend to do less with them just for a couple days. What that does is I keep them for a reason. They learn more from their litter mates and from their mom still between 7 and 9 weeks old. So I want them to learn that naturally. I also don't know how to do certain things that mom's going to do. I think you all saw when the horseplay got a little too rough, she came flying in to kind of break it up. She didn't even really do much. She kind of just got there and let them know what's what and who's boss, and not to do that to her. So I'm kind of just going to throw a ton of toys down. Let them play. I need to find an Easter bunny or something that moves because it's just hilarious when this happens. Get him! Get him! Get him! So at least they're working together. Teamwork, yeah. I think I might have just buffered because I almost accidentally closed the stream. Eat and sleep. Yep, they must be puppies of mine. And they're all trying to squish. How did that bed even get there upside down? But you're all going to still try to squish on it. What's going on over there? Missy, why'd you put a toy under there? Go, 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 get it. Hi. Alright, I'm going to try to set this to get more of the room. And then go and chat with you guys. Okay. Do that there. I'm still trying to figure this out. I don't even really know how to open my own videos. Okay. Alright, so I gotta turn this volume down, I guess, so you guys don't hear feedback. What happened? How did I do that? I think I'm on the webcam from Chromebook, but I don't know how I did that. Where did I? Oh. That's what it was. I started the video from the beginning and I thought something happened with the camera because I saw myself, but it was actually when I first started it and was recording and talking to you guys about the food. I have a bunch of things to learn about YouTube still, I guess. So, any help will be appreciated. Hey Nikio, how you doing? Yeah, the t-shirts were great. They fit in them, and especially once I started running around and rolling, it was nice to have the shirts get a little dirty and not them. The jackets somewhat fit on them. They still stand a little bit like a statue. It's good if I'm going to just take them outside, but they can't really run in it. It turns into a straight jacket shortly after because their legs go in. But the jackets are so cute. I'm just going to have to put them, even if I just put them on them to get pictures of them, I'll do that. Okay. Puppy, why are you touching these dogs trying to dry them? They can air dry. Well, I just saw the message in Turkey about the link. I don't know who has notifications on or who didn't. I figured either you'd have the link or at least you would see that I was going live right at that time. Yeah, Michaela, I also need to try to work with the sound. I don't know how loud it is right now while I was recording. I haven't really watched the videos that I've done. I just think that's too time consuming. Also, I don't like the videos that are completely edited. So we'll start going into what I want to do with at least my video recordings. A lot of it's going to be live streams like this. It's going to be, the live streams are going to just be hanging out, things I'm doing, whether I'm learning or instructional that way. I don't have luxury of working at a shop right now, having a lot of dogs to come in and out. I have some private clients, so I can show those what I do with them, my techniques, but also at the same time while I'm doing them, there's still a lot for me to learn on that end as well. I started grooming obviously with the Havanese that require maintenance, plenty of maintenance, and it's pretty therapeutic. Just want to move the camera, sorry. But also a lot of things you don't realize that are related health-wise with the grooming. Yes, one main thing I want to put out there about hypoallergenic dogs. The main reason they are quote-unquote hypoallergenic is because sorry Sophie, I fell asleep. The main reason they are hypoallergenic is because they don't shed. When a dog sheds, it releases the dander, which is what most people are allergic to. Now, yes, that helps great with the allergies, but then on the other end, the downside of saying it that way, that they don't shed and not informing people who are getting a dog for the first time or don't understand the health benefits even of grooming is they say, oh, well, my dog doesn't shed, I don't really need to brush him. So not true. Havanese don't really have an undercoat. They don't really get too matted if you do not brush them. But what starts to happen is obviously the undercoat or the coat starts to die. Now, with a dog not shedding, it's not releasing that dead hair. So it doesn't really have... What are you guys doing? I guess they're pretty tired today. So they need a way to release that dead hair and clear out those follicles. That's where your brush comes in. That's why when you're brushing, you do see hair getting tangled in the brush itself. That's hair that would naturally shed on another dog. So it needs help doing that. If you don't, you might get lucky enough, depending on the coat, that it doesn't get too matted, but what happens is it gets almost like a soft cottony on the bottom, and then the hair stops growing. When that starts to happen, that obviously affects the skin. Also reduces the airflow to the skin. We all need to keep airflow going to pretty much our parts of our body. Anytime we leave something covered or wrapped for too long, could either lead to dryness, infections, all types of health issues. And so some people, one, either don't understand the whole reason of quote-unquote being hypoallergenic or it from it. So they do need regular brushing. You do have to be brushed. I mean, if you're doing it well, fully, and consistently, you can get away probably with twice a week. It's usually 2 to 4 times a week. So 2-3 times a week means brushing. There's a lot that goes into the details of brushing, which is another thing I'd like to share. Obviously, I've had my fair share of tools, brushes, sprays, things I don't even know of, that being a guy in this industry is partially a disadvantage, maybe. I mean, there's advantages of being male also, but then I'm like, I don't know about hair. I always just buzz the top of my head and let it just clean it, and that's it. There's so much more to it than just that. The main thing being, this is one other topic I'll be going over, is hair maintenance between the groomings. They do need to be maintained, even if you go to the groomer every 3-4 weeks. you at least need to do basic grooming on that dog. I mean, you get to splash of water or lies down on one side for too long, it's going to start getting mad at it a bit. Brush that out. Now, the biggest thing I've heard and done when I was telling clients about it was, when you brush, are you brushing a dry hair or a wet hair? I say, oh, they just grab the brush and start brushing. Now, I don't know how many of you have tried doing that to your own hair. If you have some tangles, some mats, or some knots or whatever, you try passing a dry brush through there. Look how many girls that are, I don't know, 5, 7 years old and start yelling or crying at their moms. They're pulling the hair too hard. Well, you could either go a lot more gently and do it slower, more relaxed pace, and the dog would be either better with that. Or you could use products. You can dampen your hair. With the dogs, we have detangling sprays and dematting sprays, leave-in conditioners. Any of those, you just put a light misting on your dog, and it's going to help the brush glide through. What I mean by gliding through is it's going to lubricate the hairs individually. That's why sometimes you need to leave it a couple minutes to soak in. It's actually really just transferring from hair to hair. And then you'll be able to brush, because it kind of makes a slick platform between hairs. So instead of pulling a knot straight out, you're going to actually detangle it. You're going to be able to free all those hairs, and then once you detangle it, you're probably going to get to a small mat that's lower. That is where your dead hair is. So it's a couple steps you have to do, but if you stay consistent with it, it's pretty easy, and the dog will tolerate it a lot more if you start doing it on a regular basis. I don't know why I'm so tired. Missy, go wake him up. Alright, I know I keep saying I'm going to go to the chat and catch up, but I'm not used to this thing. I'm trying to record, I guess, sleeping puppies, while doing the YouTube thing here. So, I'm going through the chat right now. Where's the 7th? There's 7 there. I don't know. Here we go. Wake him up! There's always one in the bunch. There's 7. The puppies, if you try to count them, there are 3 that are black and white. There are 4 of them that are white. Obviously, we know Munchkin is a little terror. She likes to get everywhere. That is new, curious. She could try to get to it. Even if she can't try to get to it, she'll try to find a way to try to get to it, if that makes any sense. She's like, guys, we just ate. What's going on here? Sorry, I missed something there. 6, 7, 7. See, I'm trying to scroll, but I get a new message, which I appreciate the message and comments made, because that's partially why I'm on here. And I'm gonna continue. Once I catch back up, I'm going to continue with what I do. It's obviously, as you can see, yes, this is the easy part. When they eat and go to sleep. Oh, thank the Lord for that one. They're pretty tired. They ran a lot yesterday. Plus, they're a little bit more of night owls. But it's not all like this. You guys have seen some of the videos that they are going nuts and crazy, or where they were born, and that was like at 3 o'clock in the morning, followed by the next day, them already starting to wander around and walk and waddle. And the work involved in actual newborns. It's not just the puppies. I need to take care of the mother as well. There's been certain issues that I've had to deal with her. Make sure she stays healthy, make sure she stays happy, and does what she needs to do. Viola, I just caught up to your message. I could talk about that later. Trying to figure out a couple things. Pricing depends. Anywhere between, I mean, I could easily get $1,250. I could get more. I'm doing more work this time, probably around $1,500, $1,600, which is decent for just a puppy. But the amount of training I'm going to be doing with them ahead of time, and the time's going to take me keeping them until anywhere between 10 and 11 weeks is when they'll be going to homes. Um, it's pretty much a full-time job right now, but I'm investing the time into them, one, to make sure that they start off with the right track, um, continue to follow with them. It is, for me, it's cheaper to not um, pretty much gouge the price way up. Instead, I'll be working with them, and instead of paying for a school where a lot of the schools are online and just book reading and test taking and maybe one practical, or you get a couple hours at a shelter. It's not really. What are you doing? What's going on? Knucklehead. Then get out the bottom of the pile. um. So the schools are pretty pricey, and like I said, you don't get that hands-on as much. So I'd rather spend my time. Time is invaluable. Time has a great value, cost of using the time, but to educate myself through different channels, through books, same books that I'd be reading if I was paying $5-6 grand for grooming school. But the thing is, I'm not just grooming. As I have a number of clients that I do groom their dogs, but it's also my plans and intentions to continue doing breeding, just part-time, probably every year and a half, 2 years, so it's not full-time, but it brings endless amounts of joy raising them. I get to make sure that puppies are raised properly, go to homes that are going to love them, that they're socialized. All of those things, even with really reputable breeders, a lot of times it's just overlooked because they spend so much time in doing everything else. I mean, me just keep the food they're on right now is not cheap. So me keeping them an extra 2 weeks, is a pretty decent cost that I have to endure, and just that alone, I could tell potential owners and spike the price up another $100-$200. But for me, that's not worth that. I'd rather go through and then continue if they're local or somewhat close by. And I have another dog that I'd pretty much be grooming for the next however long living in the area. Okay. That one's she's just playing with the ball with herself. She's like, can somebody come play with me? Let me say, where was I in the chat here? One second, sorry. At least Missy went in there to try to play. Let's see, she's gonna, yep. She's gonna start wrestling with her probably. Puppy immediately submitted, rolled on her back. Doesn't want to fight. Now, no, she's gonna try to sneak attack. Now this is at 8 weeks old again. Another thing, if you're buying a dog from a pet store, you're getting them at 7 weeks old. That means they left their mother and their litter mates at about 6.5 weeks old. To me, they missed out on a lot of things that they could learn at this stage. Even small dogs, the biggest concern with a dog is dogs bite. Every dog bites. When they play wrestle, they bite each other. So at this stage, they need to have and learn bite control if they're using it to play. What they want to do is, they're nipping at ears and nipping at the backs of necks, and yeah, their litter mates let them do that. They want to play with them too. But if they do it too hard, the litter mate lets out a yelp or a squeal. they back off. They understand that they hurt them. They did something they shouldn't have done. They don't want to hurt their siblings. So the next time they go to bite, they're not going to bite as hard. They might bite hard again in a couple days or a little bit later. And same thing will happen. The dog will squeal. And then they'll realize, oh, okay, these things in my mouth hurt when I put them around somebody else. So if they don't learn bite control, a lot of these dogs go to families with young children. They might just nip at them, snip at them. Yeah, they were playing. They were actually playing all day yesterday, like nonstop. And then this morning when I got up, I wanted to play with them a lot, because I am going to be continuing to brush and clean them. Last night, about between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, I started separating them. I had one, my uncle had one, and my mom had one, just to separate them from their pack. And see how they tolerate starting to be separate from one another. And it took about 20-25 minutes per dog before they started getting antsy, crying, and it was just like, baby, if you don't know what is going on or why they're acting that way, you wouldn't understand it. But ow, sorry. But they were looking for their little mates, their play area, their mom. So, but then that was, they got to see new areas, new parts of the house, got to be curious, sniff around, which a lot of times people don't realize that alone is tiring for them. It takes a lot of work, a lot of energy for them to smell, to hunt something down. So they were getting tired from that. And then after that, I went to clean up their faces, and get them used to some brushing, some things. So they were pretty exhausted by that time. So they went to sleep last night, but then first thing in the morning they got up and started going crazy after their little sleep at night. But then they all seemed to wear out at the same time. So I want to just shake like the bed right now and wake them all up, like the little one was doing. Hello. But or I could just leave it like that, and start grabbing them and continue to brush them. I want to do their legs. I did most of their face. I brushed a little bit on their back, so I need to get their legs done and check if their nails need to be clipped. I clipped a couple of them yesterday, but that's part of. Yeah, the blueberry product I use, it's a waterless face and body wash. It smells great because it's blueberry, but it is waterless, so we don't need to necessarily rinse it off completely. Don't need to rinse it off completely, which is great for I'm really thirsty right now. There goes Barb. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry about the guys. Trying to catch up. Oh no. Oh, they hear voices now. They're like, ooh, what's going on? Now they're gonna get up. Missy, why do you keep putting the toy under there? That's not even yours. Oh, yeah, it is. Alright, I'll be back in just a second. Okay. I'll catch up in 1 second, but to answer, I believe Sophie made a comment. My sister sent me a message as well about that I'm breathing heavy. Well, yeah, I'm live online with people I don't really know. Haven't really gone through any recording process professionally or education-wise at school or any multimedia. Barely know the differences with the social medias, so it's a little nerve-wracking. Having some anxiety right now. Getting like a dry mouth because of the anxiety, so that's affecting my breathing. Right now, I'm gonna try to slow down. Drink some water. Well, as they kind of wake up, I'll get them. I'll let you guys focus a little more on that, but I'll continue telling you about them while I try to settle down. Now, I do have anxiety issues, other things. Now, obviously, these dogs make it a lot easier to be found with, because how could you be crazy with anxiety about anything when you have all these puppies? But it still hits. There's different things. That's something else I'll be going into on my page. I'm not raising show dogs. Missy has a pink nose and thin pigment, so that's an automatic disqualification on certain show competitions. So somebody who wants to try to go to show isn't gonna take one of her puppies probably. I just don't want dogs to have that life. I mean, yeah, there's a breed specification, but I don't know, that lately that kind of hits me as, so you want them to look exactly a certain way, and how is that any different than people saying, oh, you should just love yourself, love the way you look? But you're trying to make all these dogs look exactly the same and praising the one that looks the way you specifically said that you want them to look. Now, Havanese, this is what I love about them. Their coats. Some people think they're mostly white or black and white. You'd be surprised. I'm actually going to make a collage of different pictures. There's red, brown, silver, black, different multicolored ones. Their hair can be wavy, straight, or curly. Now, these are all natural to the breed specifications, but it's not saying where certain marks have to be, what colors they have to be. The texture of its hair. I don't even know the texture of their hair for like another 2 months when they start growing or letting go of certain puppy hair. So, two things with the hair is that it gives me that mindset of, okay, all puppies are cute. Sure, you could say that. I mean, I'm not going to say older dogs are not cute, but I don't want the people um, wanting a dog because it looks a specific certain way either. And to me, I'm not gonna get my perfect quote unquote dog how it looks when it's a breed that could have any one of these combinations of colors, any color patterns, anything along those lines. And then as a groomer, what that does for me as a groomer is I get to make. I love the clients who trust me enough and just say, "Make my dog cute." Sweet. Um, so I refer to my grooming as cute dog cuts from David because I just love making cute cuts. There's a lot of designer dogs that are mixed breeds. Havanese don't have a specific look unless if they're in show, just get the cut. But with the different types of hair and different color patterns, it's almost like there's not a certain way a Havanese should or could look. Each one is going to be different. Some of them, I'll go really short on the muzzle, make it almost poodle-like. Top knots could either be poofed up or they're going to be long and top knot them down so they fall down. Undercarriage, or you're going to go tight with it or kind of let it start dropping down because the coat will drop. You have all these options that you could do. So the reason why that benefits me is, again, I didn't pay for schooling for grooming. I just didn't see the value in it. I can deal with aggressive, timid, wild dogs. I can handle dogs. I've learned that for specific reasons. But I had to learn behavior because I got injured by one of my dogs that I needed surgery for. Because I was doing something wrong that shouldn't have been done. But instead of me getting mad, angry, and hating dogs from that point on, I realized I made the mistake. I made the mistake, yeah, in a second. I made the mistake of not knowing their behavior, so I accepted that I made that mistake. So that led to a lot of people either had shaggy dogs, couldn't groom, or didn't know what to do. So, having all my dogs and breeding them, I had plenty of people who needed help with the grooming. It's relaxing for me, therapeutic. Plus, it's a job. That was kind of tough at a certain point. But, got into the grooming. And that I enjoy very much. So, I started separating some of the things I need to use with them because they're so small. But I'll be back in a few minutes because I'm going to just grab the tools I'm using on them to show you guys some of what I'm doing to start getting them used to being groomed, as well as if you have any questions with grooming yourself, which I just saw Buffy asked about. I don't know if you have a question with grooming your dogs right now, or just grooming in general. Pop the question there now. I'm going to catch up completely on these messages, answer them quickly, and then I'm going to wet my tools and show some grooming. Okay, Buffy, I just had a question about the dandruff. Yes, leave-in conditioner will help. Will help the hair. Now, dandruff usually is caused from skin, which you see is there. So it might be stripped of its oils right now. I don't know how often you're bathing. If you're putting leave-in conditioner right after you bathe, or some type of conditioner, so that way it replenishes those oils that are needed. Not to go into the oils that are needed, simply just shows that if you know about the flea and tick drops that you put on their neck, you're not supposed to do 3 days before grooming or 3 days after grooming, because the way that works is it's spread through its body via the oils that are produced. And when you bathe a dog, typically you're stripping all the oils to clean it. Now you need to replace them or the skin is going to get dry and get affected from that. So it's not the skin that's you can't fix the skin by doing something to the hair. The hair is affected by the skin itself. That's where it grows from. That's where the follicles are. That's where the nutrition first starts coming out. Also, we went into if they are a little dry or small, dead hair under that you haven't brushed out, then it's not getting air to the skin, which is going to make the hair healthy. So it's kind of, you need both sides of it to effectively keep a strong, healthy coat, especially with Yorkies. They rely a lot on the oils in their hairs. That's why they have such slick, longer hair. Hope that helps a little bit. We could talk more about that later. About the dry hair. Yeah, I'm not trying to justify my price so much. It's more, I want to show the value in actual raising them properly. I have people who I could spike the price up to around $2,000, $2,200, especially with the work I'm going to be doing with them in the next 2 weeks. But it's more important for me to make sure they have a great home. This is the first litter I'm doing this with, this much work with. So it's more, not that I'm going to make this mistake doing something with them, but I'm keeping the puppies longer for my benefit, not for theirs. I mean, both hand in hand. So it's just, I mean, I don't really need to justify my prices too much anymore. The first litter I had, we mostly kept in the family, sold one dog, but after that, it just didn't have either a reputation or history. Now I have a history, so I could, charge what I want, plus I wouldn't want them to go to somewhere where they're trying to haggle a certain price and get it too low, because that gives me the concern on how are they going to take care of the dog then? What are they going to be doing? That's another thing I want to go into with these potential owners is the cost of the dogs. Not so much to let them know the cost of continued health and everything, but I think that's an easy way to go into me educating them of certain things that need to be done that they would probably be overlooking. Hi, Coco. Miguel, if you and Stylust want to come over sometime this weekend or next weekend, would be more than happy to have you here. And Coco. They could run around. They're being socialized with other dogs right now, so that would be great. Plus other people. I know you saw them when they were just waddling around and able to hold them in your hand, but they've gotten a bit bigger and they're running around now. So... I'm laughing, Miguel, at how would you describe each pup's personality? First off, to answer your question, 98% sure I'm keeping Munchkin. I will figure out what I need to do to make sure that it's done properly. There's a very good point of certain breeders keep more dogs than they can handle. It's not that I can't handle it, it's more, would the dog get the right attention, would I be doing it the right way? So I'm pretty sure I could do, just have to touch over a couple topics. So I am thinking of that first, making sure that all the dogs will be happy and healthy, and if I have to not keep Munchkin because of that, then I hopefully find somebody in the family that would. Because Munchkin's personality is, she's independent, wants what she wants, does what she wants, doesn't care about anyone else. Now, there's this one, who just wants to take everything, and you can see he was pulling at the blanket. these two go together, so they're very. That's the run of the litter, the one with the least amount of black on it. A little timid. Doesn't like being by herself. She'll kind of go over to somebody else. Like, you guys have never had water, really? This one that's mostly all black. Oh man, he's a handful. He is like the little engine that could, or the Energizer Bunny, just keeps going and going and going. Why does it sound like we're not into that? Missy, stop doing that. I'm not gonna help you again. Buffy, I hope I answered your question. If you're still listening, and you said you had work to do, just shoot if I did answer the question. If I didn't answer, write it again, because I'm trying to scroll through quickly. Miss A. Nikhil, no. I have deposits on a few of them, plan on keeping 2 of them. Well, in the family, 2 of them. And the other 2, I am deciding where I want to have them go. I had somebody last time actually come all the way from Vermont. One went to Pennsylvania. They went a little further. So I don't mind at all. I still keep in contact with them. But this litter specifically, I feel like I want to keep a little closer and keep them kind of together, especially if in 2 years I do plan on 2 different females, having a lot of puppies kind of in that time, and I think that would be really joyful to have a lot of Havanese that I know personally and be able to set certain things up. That would really show the differences between Havanese and each one, how they're different. So even right now, at like 7, 8 weeks old, yeah, I can tell who's who. Which one? The one that doesn't sleep, usually up to no good. Yes, coconut oil is good, Sophie. Oh, so quickly about the anxiety in the dogs. Yes, the dogs. So I don't really like competitions for show dogs. I don't really care too much for competition grooming lately, or think I care about it, because that's pretty much the same thing. And you guys know that, or have seen certain grooms I do. It's more to help. I'm sorry, I'm watching them run around right now. I'm watching them run around through the video as if I can't just see them. And I don't want to just be the groomer who just cuts short every time, just because they don't know, people don't understand or know the maintenance progress. So that's part of what I'll be showing them with dogs, but not only them, other dogs that I groom are either extremely wild or scared and become timid because of that. But what I do believe in is, yes, the dogs help greatly with mood, with yourself. I'm not saying I don't agree with companion dogs, service dogs. Those are wonderful and life-changing for a lot of people. I'm looking at a preventative, proactive stance on it. Instead of life-changing a person, why not start younger and try to be preventative of that happening? The joy that the dogs just bring to you. Oops. You could learn a lot from them. You could have the companion and kind of live with that bit of anxiety or something. And hopefully, by the time teenagers are a little bit older, if something were to hit you, you're calm enough or relaxed enough to deal with it. Hey, how'd you get over here? You little rascal. We had an escapee. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So pretty much get kids involved with being outside or doing things again. I mean, I was part of the generation that was partially outside, but then also went to technology instead of being inside. And I noticed a huge difference with depression wise on how they affect me. When I went through a stage of depression, I stayed in bed, kind of, hot. Grandma was getting tired. I mean, it makes sense. She was around 7, so I figured she was just getting old. But then I had like a spurt of energy and happiness for like a week. And she got so joyful and started acting like a puppy again and running around again that it made me almost feel bad that she was feeling down and depressed just to stay by my side. When in reality, she was just staying like that to help me. But she did want to be out the whole time, probably. And as soon as I started going out with her, just walking around doing things, it wasn't so much I needed a dog to be by my side. It was the activity that I'm doing with the dog. We got to do that, and you guys have seen Grandma now, how energetic she is, especially with these puppies, and this is on 5 years after the fact. She's still going extremely strong. So I'd like to spread that information, especially now at this age, that a lot of us are talking about it. Alright, now. Yeah, Buffy, exactly. Too many dogs. I don't. That's a whole nother story we could get into on too many dogs. And I know your story with the confirmation breeder didn't want the dog and almost gave it away pretty much. I mean, I'm not an AKC breeder, but you can see how I'm raising them, and I know the genetics because both parents are mine. So that's another thing is a lot of these breeders use studs, so they don't really know the health of how the male is raised or if there's any actual issues with that. Yes, Mikio. So brushing, being relaxed. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's therapeutic. Now I don't know. Abby, are you still there? My sister, who has one of the dogs from the first litter, have a nephew, 7 years old, starts meditating. What? Who does that? Anyways, it's good for him. That he also gets to try to meditate with his dog. I've showed him how to brush the dog. Now they're able to have a decent coat on him. And that's not as taxing as saying you have to go walk the dog and go pick up food. Kids don't really find something. There's like, I'd say 6 or 7 things that have to be done with dogs. Easily at least that many things. Or we'll just say tasks that have to be taken care of regularly with dogs. There's other things that we don't even think about as far as like the grooming process. But once you're educated about it, there's a lot you could take from it. It's also a sense of completion. As far as like depression wise, when you're grooming a dog, even if it's just like at home grooming and all you're doing is brushing them and maintaining it and making them clean, a sense of accomplishment that you actually finished something. So finishing cleaning a coat, Buffy, I'll try to get to your question about the oiliness, but finishing that and making it completely transformed, you realize that you did that. The dog needed that too, so you helped the dog, like just helping others. Yes, dogs are others for me. So there's a lot of other things that go behind it that help with the mental and physical battles that everybody these days are going through. Yeah, so as far as like the quality of the dog, and that's where I was talking about my pricing. I should jump it up because of the type of food I'm actually using on them, the cost of it. Not many breeders will do what I'm doing. You guys have seen that my other dogs, half the food they eat is either chopped up, cooked, or something from me, and they are on limited ingredient raw infused grain free Merrick food, so that just adds kibble to it. Um, sure, those confirmation breeders are just throwing down whatever wet puppy food they can get in vats just to give them something. And this litter is probably the strongest litter I've had. I've had to take care of the mother. You saw her. All she does is eat. So that's where my passion for it comes in. That I'm not going to charge somebody else an extra $300-400 because I spent more on the food. I want to do that. I want to make sure these puppies are strong, they're healthy as they grow. That's part of the other reason why they stay till 10 weeks right now. Is this point right now with them running around, them being able to go outside, actually using their muscles, they do get tired now that they just want to go rest, which is great. They're recovering and they're getting stronger and they'll eat more tomorrow and play more tomorrow. Whereas other breeders, either they don't have the space to do it, don't want to do it. It's a lot to corral all of them. If you try to take them outside, you guys saw that I posted a small clip or video of them their first time outside. On top of that, another plus I usually eat is they just went to the vet. And they got their first round of shots. They got checked. Buffy is talking about that. Yeah, the breed is not prone to any major issues. Eye retina and knee dysplasia are concerns, but you're able to tell that usually by the puppy is 5-6 weeks old. If they have any genetic disorder, it's going to affect that. The vet does check that out. It's a simple. I don't even know what they do, but it's pretty simple. They check that. So, we'll not go into the price of what the vet bill is for 7 puppies, but that alone, a lot of breeders wouldn't do, or they would have the price go way up, or send them to a breeder that they don't even, or vet that they barely know. I want to know where the vet that I went to the first time. Alright, I think I caught up on the chat. Oh my gosh, I've been on for like an hour already. That's crazy. But I'm gonna go grab some of the tools, brushing with them now. They're not sleeping, they're playing. They're going a little bit, so this is a good time for me to kind of grab one, hold them for a few minutes, do what I gotta do. So I'll be right back. No, do not use water to cool it down. What's gonna happen is that hair is just gonna get stuck in there. It's gonna start snagging, especially with your smaller dogs. You do not want a 10 blade skipping or running jagged. I believe it's marble, or what type of countertops do you have on your kitchen? Hi. Hi. You wanna come? Alright, I'm gonna actually do this a little different. I'm going to take the pup upstairs. 1 second. Oh, you have like from like a countertop or something? What you could do is, if you were going to do not water, now what you do is just like a washcloth or a face towel or something, put some ice in it, get that cold, and contact directly with that. If you have contact directly with the cold thing, it's just, you don't want to really get that 10 blade wet. Aside from hair sticking at that time, that's also going to cause rust. Which in the future, yeah, a frozen compress will be good. Frozen compress, what you want to do is, even with that, put a paper towel on the outside of it, because once it starts warming up, the condensation is going to get a little wet on the outside. So the same thing, but it should dry or cool down that blade before there's any issue or concern with that. And with the compress, I'm sure it's like flexible. You can just kind of wrap it around the blade itself, so you're hitting both sides. Let's see. I got Chelsea's. Yeah. Oh, I do. So I'm not really going to do much with her this second. Now, she is not scared. You can tell she's a little nervous. She has her paws out like this. So, there she goes. I want to let her naturally get up on her own. Now she's up. She has a little confidence. Her tail has a slight little wag to it. Now what I'm going to want to do with puppy training is I'll let her move freely at first, but I do not want her to move around too much. I want her to kind of stay in the same area. Again, because breeders, or if I don't continue grooming this dog, groomers do that. They want you to stay completely still. So if we cooperate, camera's kind of low. I'm trying to figure out how to raise it. So a lot of things with the timid, scared, aggressive dogs. Oops. Buffy, you'll see the face in a second. Okay. I can't see there. We'll see how this goes. Now, that's part of why I let her go. There we go, tail's up. Second time on the table. So I'll take the dog on and off the table. We'll come back to it. Head up. I don't have to force the dog to stay up now. Now that took me about 2 minutes to do with her. I mean, yeah, this isn't the first time we did this. This might be the first time on this table. I've only put table, like 2 or 3 of them, doing different spaces. But she's more confident right now. Got a little tail wag, heads up. How do I flip the camera? There we go. Okay. Just for you, Buffy, we're gonna go straight to the face. Oh, so alright, oh, wait until you're back to go on the face. I thought you meant that you needed me to talk about the face, that way you could leave. Well, yeah, the guards are kind of tricky. Oh, that's what you're going to focus back on that. Okay. I don't really like guards either, but I leave the hair alone. Recently I converted to using a really good chunker a lot lately. Because using regular scissors, especially with like your Yorkies, you're gonna get lines if you try to use a regular straight scissor. But the chunker gets to take out a good amount. And it does a semi-blend. Yeah, it's gonna be choppy, but what I do is I'll take it partially down and then put a guard on so the guard runs through it smoother. Usually if the guard is trying to run through a lot of hair, it'll snag, especially I don't know if you already have plastic guards or if you actually have like steel or stronger guards, because that affects it as well. It's not just the 10 blade under, it depends on what the guard itself is made of. So I don't know if you were asking. See? She's good. So now what I'm going to do is, I already missed it for a bit, but you didn't see that, but I'll do it again real quick. So she gets used to it. Here you go, stay. Good girl. Hang on. That's something to play with, like one of these. Just have a really small slicker, just to kind of pass through it. Do a quick run through. She should be pretty good already. Like I said, I just did it. I'm gonna go up to the face in a minute though. You still gonna stand? You gonna stand up? Up? There you go. Up? No. I'm gonna stay. Okay. Stay. Good. Settle. It's more of, like I said, a lot of things are being proactive. You want to stop a dog from doing something right before they do it. You don't want to stop them once they're already started doing it. They're not listening to you anymore. But I could feel her starting to pull the back leg either up or try to move around, so I tell her to stay still. Settle. Now she can go down. I'll let them go down. It's more important for them to be down. Calm. Especially I'm not going directly on the leg right now. There's 2 things I do is, this dog will probably be zen. If I was doing a full groom, it would probably be zen by the time I'm done. We just get relaxed and comfortable enough. I let them do that. It does take a little bit longer, but next time they're going to get used to it and they're going to be happy. And I put my comfort or their comfort over mine. What I mean by that is a lot of dogs get scared or timid, especially right now, coming up to the face. But I'm doing it slowly. I'm starting with the back of the head first. I'm not going to jump straight to the cheeks, or especially if I had a bigger tool. She'd be terrified. She doesn't see what's going on. But I'm staying calm. I got her in this calm, relaxed mode right now. It takes energy to change your mood. So if I have you calm already, what's the point of her changing into crazy and wild? And I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna harm her. Hey, you wanna face the camera though? I can see that you're not on. Especially if I come up here to the face. Here you go. What is it? That's it. I'm just going gentle. Can't really spray much on the face because you want to be careful with the eyes. Yes, tear stains are an issue with the breed. They just, their eyes are like that. So, she's a little scared, a little nervous right now. She's not really scared. But what she's nervous is, again, new things. She looked over though and saw this swinging here. Remember, she was playing with that earlier. So it kind of gets her in a comfort mood. I strongly believe she just thought, oh yeah, it's not that bad up here. I got to play, look around. It's a different space for her. I'm working on it. However, I'm sure somebody's wondering or wanting me to get a better angle here. Here we go. So people say play with the feet. It's not so much the feet. I think it's the leg itself. Some dogs, if they weren't used to this already, would want their paw back. I always joke around with dogs I haven't done before that keep on their paw. I'm like, just let me have it for a minute. And I'm like, I'll give it right back to you. So she's relaxed still. Oh. So she does have tear stains right now. I didn't do hers yet, so I purposely saved them for you guys. But all a tear stain really is it's a stain of kind of dirt collected because the tears that drip out keep that part of the hair moist. Now, yes, you could try to use a cleanser. I did this yesterday, but that's already not really to save that. But how relaxed and calm she is, Buffy here, you'll see that as soon as I go to her face, she's not going to be too bad. This other one. So, good girl. So, it's okay. See? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me get all of that though. Thank you. I'm not breathing. Just breathe. Good girl. See? That. Oh, you can't say. I just saw that. Alright, I gotta go to the other side. Sorry, let's see. I wasn't paying attention to the placement of the video. I thought by just moving I would do it. That's kind of what I'm practicing on. So I did clean one side up already, you can see. See what's doing on that. So. She's still calm. You probably heard me while I was doing that side. They can feed off your energy. I just took that. That's a different deep breath. That's me just relaxing. So yeah, you can take it a step further than the brushing being therapeutic. I find this therapeutic, just keeping the dog calm, keeping myself calm. You took a deep breath? Yeah, you took a breath. So, let me see. Good girl. Good, good. So, I'm just snipping these right out. I prefer scissors over clippers to do the corners of the eyes. To me, it's less frightening. I deal a lot with frightened dogs. Like I said, started getting into a lot of times. The dog is not aggressive. It is either in pain or scared. Madam, that's probably why a lot of dogs have issues with getting their nails done. I'll just show you real quick. If you grab a leg and you pull this way like it's a chicken wing and try to clip its nail, the dog doesn't hate you. That's not the way it moves. When they walk this way. You don't want to push your hand up, twist it this way or that. It bends right here. So as far as what I was saying with comfort is, yeah, I'm going to put myself out of comfort, discomfort, or put myself in discomfort, kind of reaching over, because if this foot is still loose, heart rate is low, she's relaxed, she's calm, I'm not hurting her in any way, so she's okay with it. She's going to get annoyed in a second that I have her paw, especially if I clipped him yesterday, but actually, no, I didn't get you? Huh? Yeah. I think I just missed that one. I mean, I'll show the new owners how to clip the nails. They'll be able to do these nails. Again, a little praise, a little attention, but that's it, just a little bit. Just a little bit more now. Stay. Now, I got out of the corner of the eye, the hair from there, that was really dirty. This is just a little bit dirty, so I'll just pull out my thinning shears. Take some of it off to make it look a little thinning. It's still going to tan, but I think the tear stain part is a lot better than when she came in, or upstairs, I should say. This client's gonna be happy. Hey, Mom, come look. Not really doing too much of the rest. I was more just doing the tear stains right now. She is a puppy, and that's what I mean by working with them. I'll do one thing at a time. Yesterday was a brush of the backs. Today I do the faces. Tomorrow I will probably be doing the legs and the tail to do it together. But I did her head, I did her cheeks, her sides. I didn't do her eyes earlier. I don't know. I kind of just let that grow a bit, see where it's gonna go. Usually. But I didn't like how it looked on her. So, tear stains? Who has tear stains? Not you. Let me see. Hi. Say hi. Woof woof. So, that is just some of what I do. So, any other questions? I'm going to do the other dogs throughout the day. She wants to come on camera. Hi. So, I don't know if you have any other questions in general. Pop them up there. Got like a minute so I could see. While you're taking up questions, I will show my work in progress of my quote-unquote studio, I guess, or my grooming area. First off, don't leave a dog on the table like that. Like I said, I'm either doing timid, aggressive, or wild dogs, so especially puppies cannot really step away from the table to grab something. So I'll use my makeshift table, what I did was I have razors on it so I could either go down low or with the small puppies, actually have them up above. Yeah, within arm's reach are my main tools, which I don't think most of the... I use magnetic blades on most of them, except for a 1 and a 2, because that is slightly longer hair. That might be tough to get through. And yes, the magnetic blade, or the magnetic comb might pop off if it's not brushed completely. The longer ones, yeah, that's even longer hair and worse, but chances are, if it's that long of a coat, the coat is taken care of. So I'll brush through first. I have my sprays. I use an Ice Hero, double-sided, flexible, slicker most of the time. It's a little rough for the puppies, though, obviously. The Havanese wide one is better for either larger dogs or hair that's really tangled. I have all of my clippers here. Food, my specialty combs, dematters, deshatters, regular brushes, rakes. And so I'll have the main things there. I have my sprays that I really only need 1 or 2 within, again, arm's reach right there. I'm working on the back end. So right behind me, this is right behind where I'm grooming. I have most of my shears clipped there. I am using jumbo binder clips. So they are clamped onto part of the table, and then it makes it easy for me just to drop them in. So as far as that goes, I also took that a step further, and either the blade either the shears I'll be using, or most of the time I use these chunkers. They are Kashi. I believe they're, I'm not sure how many teeth. But, so I have that up there. And then with her, if there's a specific set of tools I'll be expecting to use, and I want to make it even easier on myself, especially small dogs who may jump or want to run around, I have space under. That's a paw mat that sometimes I use. It just helps the slip. So I am literally, let me see if it's really arm's reach. Yep, arm's reach. Arm's reach, which means I can always have a hand on the puppy or the dog and reach my product. And my shears are right behind me safely. They're not going to get stabbed or stab anybody. This is how I want my dogs to leave. Again, like I said, I have staging, quote-unquote, area right under. I'll be streaming more, so setting that up with little telly right there. So I have my pedal stool, DD pedal stool, and Dunzo. Who doesn't mind being on my table? It's comfy up there, right? Check it out now. Funk Soul Brother. This looks like our brother. Look at that. Oh. What are you doing? Just chilling. Look, my face is pretty white. What's this? Oh, yeah, camera. And then right here by my door, I'm going to be starting to put certain products there, certain things to share. So, this here is my grooming area. I have plenty of light because I have plenty of windows. But even cooler than windows, show y'all these. Oh, let me get the... Oh, she's still there. No, you might jump. Can't let you do that. Come on. So, sorry you can't see anything, but I am on the second floor, so that's why I could have them by the window. So I'm actually upstairs right now, but it's pretty cool. If the dog gets a little stressed or anxious or something, they pop open the door. They usually either just like the breeze, or if they get to come out for a second. So, like I said, that's just some of what I'm doing, have done. So I have work to do with them, the rest of them. Buffy, did you have any other specific questions with the grooming or face or anything? I know I didn't really answer it, kind of. But as far as the oiliness, if there's too much oil or too little oil, either one is not going to be good. Now, so there, it sounds like if it's too oily, there probably is an issue with the skin. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, what it is. Might even just be the weather, how cold and windy it's been. But if the skin doesn't have, if the skin and hair doesn't have enough oils in the body, or it thinks it doesn't have enough oils because there's an underlying issue with the skin itself, it's going to produce more oils to try to help itself. It's almost like a false positive. Or when you get the warning notice on your car that one of your tires are low on air. But it really isn't. What happens? You stop, you put air in, now it's too much air. All because the car thought that it was too low on air. The body might be thinking that it's too low on oil and producing more oil, so there could be something going on between the signals being sent to the body or what it is. Yeah, so with the scissors, same thing, you want to just start going in slow. They make less noise, obviously. Some dogs are either scared of something coming straight at them or scared of something coming from over the top. So I think she's one that's scared that if she doesn't see it coming, if I grab my scissors and I come this way, she might bug out. She's fine. Some dogs might go crazy because if I'm coming under, they can see how big the scissors are. These I'm not going to really use on her. Look at this. Two things you want to do. What I do is, let me grab a smaller scissors and show you. So, what I do is obviously keep it closed first. And don't go with the tip. I know you said you're going to get bubble tip scissors, but still. What I do, instead of combing it, you can use the scissors. Yeah, well, that's the work I put in with these dogs. I'll show you a video of Missy. That's what got me starting to try to groom. I cannot really groom her, to tell you the truth. She's too wild. She's too crazy. She doesn't listen. She tries to get away with everything with me. She doesn't like being restrained. I don't use any forceful restraints, but she doesn't like if she can't move. She's a nutball. But she's the last puppy that I had that's a nutball of grooming because I went and learned what the heck was going on with her. What was it? The breeder, me. The groomer, me. Didn't do any of that when the dog was younger. Doesn't know what any of that is. But yeah, these shears are still long. But what I'm going to do is use the middle of the shear to push the hair a little bit. So I'm going to use the middle of the shear to push the hair a little bit. Some groomers flip to a comb. They do even a flip like this, which I don't like to flip because one, my shears, I can't really flip them because they're all sized with guards, with rubber guards, so they fit and don't slip on my finger. And then if you switch to a comb, you have your scissors here, this, that, they're going to bug out. There's another item coming in. So I just stick with the one. I do a lot of either pushing it with this, sneaking in a small snip, or I turn back my scissors. I don't really flip them. I turn them back, and I use my fingers. She's so small, I can't really tell. So, what I do is, I'll just push my fingers up. Now, here's the trick. Here's a trick to keeping her calm. If you're pushing this up, if you're pushing her hair up right here, your hand is already here. Most dogs love when you're at their head, obviously, in between. Zen her out. Hair still puffed out. I'll go back and forth there. She's gonna listen. So hold her in my hand. Sorry, she's off camera because she's going sleepy time. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Are you finished? Okay. So, got rid of tear stains. Opened up her eyes a bit. Got her resting. Let's see these. Can do go through past with my favorite brush is, where is it? It's a Chris Christensen, but it's a nylon boar's head. So it's softer on here. And this is one thing that helps spread the oils again. It's smooth on her. This is after I've done mostly everything because I know it's not going to snag on anything. So it's really going to go work in there and spread the oils evenly between her body. It's really going to just gently pull things out because if it's a tighter mat, the nylon, since it's flexible, actually bends out and releases it instead of trying to stay stuck on it. So I could feel when it jumps. And that's kind of where I'll go back to and slowly work it. So I just stick with small little strokes. Keep her calm. She's really good right now with allowing things near her eyes. Doesn't mean I'm going to go right to her eyes, but if she was getting a little feisty right now with me going close to her face, because, I mean, it's a lot more sensitive, so it might be snagging her a little bit. What I do is I'll take the same brush, but you flip it backwards and do a faux brush. So this is not hurting her at all, obviously, but she sees the brush in my hand. She sees I'm using the brush. She doesn't know I'm not using it the right way. All she knows is the brush is going near me, and that thing doesn't hurt. That's fine, so then you just flip it back over. She's keeping an eye on it, though. What's going on over there? So I'll go to the important parts right now that she's okay with the brush. Look how relaxed she is. Once she's relaxed, now I can brush out these legs and feet. Another one? Thank you. Any backs? So, she's all set. What are you doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where you going, girl? Alrighty, guys. Whoa. I'll be cutting the stream. This was one of the first ones. I'll be vlogging more. A lot of them that are live, I just don't. I don't know. I can't sit and go back and watch ones that I pre-recorded. I just don't want to be sitting in front editing or cutting things out. Plus, it's not really natural. Why am I gonna document what I do but cut out certain parts? You give me a little kisses? Thank you. That's what I was saying. But, hi. I get distracted easily when this puppy's around. So, that's why I like the live. Gonna be working on it, obviously, to keep up with the chat. I like interacting with it, so especially because I'm not in a rush to groom. I don't need to groom quickly. I am grooming same type of dogs as somebody we all know. But I handle it a different way. Like, if I still needed to do the ears or anything, like, are we for real here? You wanna go see these? I don't usually fall asleep by the hand. So, but if you're talking about me with the camera, see, the thing is, I do have videos already, and it's actually, one, I'm using the face camera on this, so it's a tablet, it's not good at all. The other side's okay, but it's shaky too much. But I do have a Sony HD camcorder, but it's on a hard drive, so I have to transfer it from the hard drive onto my device, which isn't too big of an issue. But then what it comes to is me recording on that. Oh well, it's also blurry because this is the broken. It's blurry because this is the broken screen to tablet. Jeez, some people so picky. Just kidding. Thanks for letting me know. No. Yeah, I know. Well, that's. But it was less blurry when. On the other side, though, wasn't it? Was it? I should say. What is it? Like, is this? I think it was dirty too. Is this side better? I'll work on that. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah. Yes, it is what? The other camera's better. Yeah. I gotta replace the screen on this one because I probably will be doing the recording on this tablet. The other side. As I was doing when I'm talking to you. Unless I'm showing something else. I mean, you guys probably don't want to see me anyway. You want to see puppies, so I could leave it on the side that's not blurry and take y'all to the puppies for a last minute. See what they're up to. I've been up here this whole time.
Quite a disaster down here.
I'm sure.
No bed, no nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's Makio. Yeah. We're cutting the stream out. We're done. Any other comments, questions? Put a comment down at the bottom. If you liked the video, please let me know what you did like. Let me know what you didn't like. I'll take constructive criticism. I mean, Buffy's blowing me up about the quality of my device, so the quality, it's a bit shaky, might make some sick. I'm not a professional. So, I'll catch you guys later. You know me, gotta go eat. I'm gonna take care of the rest of the doggos. And maybe get on the game later. Bye!